Hey everyone, Wiggles here. This is a quick video showing you how to play Cap in Marvel Rivals. I love playing all the tanks in Marvel Rivals. I've climbed up to Grandmaster multiple times, so I want to share with all of you just some tips and tricks on how to play all the different heroes. Every Vanguard in this game is really useful for different situations, and knowing which one to use at the right time can be really helpful. In general, as a Vanguard, your main goal is to be making the space for your team. You can do this by things like damage mitigation, so like things like shields. You could use just soaking the damage by just actually taking all the damage. Or in Cap's case, what you want to do is dive on the enemies to completely throw them off. And when you do that, you'll either put all the pressure on you, allowing your team to follow up, or when you jump on a character, sometimes they'll make more mistakes. So keeping that pressure on somebody can be really helpful. When you attack twice, you'll notice that you get this little charge for 5 seconds above your character, and when you do that, you'll be able to throw your shield. That buff only lasts for that 5 seconds, but when you have it, you're actually doing 5 more damage per punch than you normally are. Your punches are also ranged too, so when I'm attacking like this, I'm doing 45 damage, but when I attack regularly, it's only 40 damage. If you ever want to be doing damage from far away from an enemy, you have to either have your passive up by doing those 2 attacks, then you can throw your shield. You can throw your shield by pressing your E as well, or you can close the gap by pressing F. And then other than that, running is super useful, and you can always just dive to the enemy like that. Diving is great because it throws them up in the air, kind of displacing them a tiny bit, which is super helpful. Something that makes Captain America stand out is the fact that he has so many different animation cancels that pretty much separate him from the rest. For instance, whenever you punch, you pretty much can just hold running and it'll punch faster. So do this in your combos and you'll be doing way more damage just because you'll be attacking just a little bit faster. Healers and ranged DPS really don't expect a Cap that knows this combo. It makes anybody under 300 health pretty much explode way too fast. So another really good combo to finish off any low HP type hero is doing a jump dive, auto, then a dash, then an auto, then a shield throw, then an auto. So you want to start this combo off by doing the dash, and then you want to follow up with that auto attack. And as you're using that auto attack, you want to be pressing the dash so it cancels the end of the auto attack. Then you want to cancel the dash animation with another auto attack, and then from there, you cancel that auto attack animation with an E, the shield throw, and then from there, you can cancel that animation with a regular auto attack. Something else you can do with the shield throw is as soon as it hits the enemy, you can take out your shield and it'll automatically come back to Cap. That can help you in really sticky situations or if you need to get off another combo quickly. So it looks like this. So yeah, Cap's great at the fact that he has so many different abilities that cancel on each other, so you can mix and match what you want to be using based on the cooldowns that he has. And lastly, in general, you want to be using this dash ability in order to close the gap on an enemy, or if you're in trouble, you can turn around like that to get out quick. If you're in some kind of threat, pairing up that dash with the slam can make you go really far. Alright, so here's one of my latest games I just played as Cap. It's pretty tricky because they had a flyer and a Wolverine on their team. So starting out this game, I noticed that they had this flyer, so I knew I wasn't able to take out their ranged DPS right away. I didn't want all the attention on me, so I went to the side here, but then I quickly went back in to go on their healers. The Wolverine went on me, so that was pretty scary, so I went back to my team really quick. Playing an in-and-out playstyle with Cap is really useful to do. Allows you as the Captain America to get the most value out of your shield as the tank. Since I knew their healers were pretty hard to kill, I decided to defend my team a bit more just because I know that these Wolverines can kill healers so fast. And they have an Emma Frost too, so I really just wanted to try to protect my healers here. But then I found an opportunity to go on the healer, so I went and took it. Because anytime you kill an enemy healer, your team has a way better chance of winning that fight. Something really good to know about Cap's shield is that it blocks pretty much all damage it takes. It also reflects projectiles. You can even reflect the ults from enemies. I've reflected Iron Man ults before, it's really satisfying. In this case though, this is a melee character swiping at me with his claws, and if I was playing Doctor Strange, I'd be taking so much damage, because melees go through Strange's shield, but with Captain America, it doesn't go through his shield, it attacks the shield instead. So just seeing that, that's really good to know. You're not going to be taking the damage from some melee character like Wolverine when you have those shields up. This is the point of the fight where both teams were in some kind of healing ult. So nobody was taking damage. I pretty much was just using this as a way to get any kind of ult charge I could. But then I noticed all those people in the blue weren't getting healed by that, so I tried to jump on them quick. Cap is also insanely strong too, so if your teammates are having any kind of advantage, just go in as hard as you can, because you have 700 health, you have that awesome shield, and you're one of the fastest characters, mixing up your sprint with that dash and the dive. So I highly recommend anytime you see an enemy straggler, use that as your opportunity to jump on them, try your new fancy combos, and try to take them out quick. So we're starting the second game here, and my goal is to get in from behind to completely throw them off. Did that. I noticed that the enemies popped their healing ults, so I tried to use mine as a healing ult as well. I was trying to save that squirrel girl, but the squirrel girl walked away from me. And by default, when you're playing this game, if you go to the individual controls for Captain America, you'll notice when you scroll down to the hero section, the allied health bars might be off. Make sure you turn this on, because when you're playing Captain America, it's really handy to know what your allies' health is. You can save all your allies with the shield that you give them. I've had countless fights where I run over an ally with the shield and it saves them completely for the fight. You actually heal a lot with it. So even though those allies weren't in any kind of trouble, I walked that way just so they could get this buff from me, because it's pretty much like a rocket buff. You're really fast as Captain America too. You're able to do that dash in the air and then slam down like that. And also all those cooldowns are really short too. So in terms of focusing, ideally you want to be taking out the enemy healers. Jumping on them, killing them really fast is the best thing you can do. But if you do have to save your team, either with your ult or by just taking out all the focus on your healers, do that. Saving your team is much more valuable than killing the enemy. But if you're able to make the space as the Captain America, definitely jump on the enemy healers, because taking them out can definitely win fights. If you have your ult ready, you're pretty much able to take as much damage as you want. It heals you for so much over time. Obviously it won't clear out any kind of like Scarlet Witch ult on you, but in this case I had a Wolverine jumped on me and pretty much everybody on the enemy team was staring right at me, but I could pop my ult and I was completely fine. So you can be super ballsy playing as Captain America. You can just jump straight on their backline after taking a Wolverine lunge like that. And a lot of his abilities you might not think give you a lot of ult charge, but when you start reflecting attacks like this, you actually start to gain ult charge really quick. If you mix that up with how your shield throw can AoE attack multiple people, and then also how your slam, using your primary attack when you're in the air, slamming down on the ground, that can attack multiple people at the same time. Using those can really get your ult charge way faster than you expect. One tip that's helpful on Cap is knowing how high you can jump with your leap. So you're not able to jump that high. You can jump that high if you do a certain jump. So you can get there if you go on a ledge like this, look at there, and then dash over like that. So knowing how to maneuver as Cap can be really handy, because if you start a fight off in the second floor like this, then you don't have to start off with any of your cooldowns other than your slam attack. So you can just start off with the slam right away. Then you can save your dash and every other cooldown for something else. This is really important too. You're able to block so many ults as Cap. And as long as you haven't used your shield in the last 2 seconds, you can pull it out instantly. So here a Namor ult's about to kill me. I only have 137 health, but I quickly pulled out my shield and take no damage. Overall, Cap's an insanely fun tank to play. He feels completely different than the rest. You have a ton of survivability and mobility, and you can pick which one you want to use to your advantage. A Captain America that knows how to close the gaps and quickly escape when he needs to is a Cap that outperforms the rest. He's so much fun to play. He's kind of intimidating because all his cooldowns are really low, and he has so many different options with attacks. But once you start understanding his combos, I think you'll really enjoy this character. Alright, that's it for me. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, don't forget to give it a like to tell YouTube it's a good video so we can share to more people like yourself. And please subscribe to my channel to see more great Marvel Rivals tutorials just like this. Have a great day everyone. Cheers.